Right, so hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you a pretty cool little item counter. Now, what we'll be using this for this time, I know I had done this video right here with this door the other day. I'm recording these both on the same day, so it's weird saying that. Essentially what I'm going to be using this for is I'm going to be using this for a counter like display thing. So you have like these 7-segment counter things where you push a button and it updates it, but I kind of want that to do it automatically. So essentially what I'm going to be doing in my survival world is I will have like little like challenges and stuff, like try to get 100 diamonds like as a group of people, and I'll set up, I don't know, like the counter with diamonds in this hopper right here set up, and it'll essentially count and it'll display it on the counter as 100, you know, well obviously not 100, but it'll keep on counting up, so it'll go 1, then 2, then 3, and then once it gets to complete the challenge, well done. Then you can reset the counter and all that other stuff, but all I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be talking about the actual way to count things, because, you know, that's kind of the overall thing. Also what I've noticed as well is these lines don't actually link up. You see that? These lines, that's OCD right now, but these ones do, and them ones don't. That's very odd. I'm going to forever see that. Anyway, I will be doing a tutorial on this, the actual things you need for this thing. I'm actually going to show you what it actually does first. I've set it so it's oak wood planks first of all that you need to put in, and essentially you will see the output come out right here every single time I put one in. So I'm going to put, I think it was 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was 5 right there, and once you hear this, the clicking again, it means that it's stopped. And why is a little bit of a delay that you, it's right here, the delay. You can increase this obviously like any redstone build, just by adding a couple more repeaters, but I'll put a bit of a delay simply because with the thing that I'm going to be using it for, the counter thing, it does need a little bit of delay, so I'm just trying to like be a little bit secure about that, I guess. So anyway, we're going to actually build this right now. Hopefully this is a thing that you actually want to do. Also, you can change what block you want in here. This is how you basically set up the hotbar. I'll show you this in a minute. But yeah, I'm just going to build over here. I'm going to build out a little bit. So what we first want to do is we want to set up the hopper. So we want to just place a hopper right. Well, actually, this is a little bit annoying. We need to place a hopper right here, just like that, like how we're doing over there. We need another hopper going into this one. I can't reach it. No, I'm going to just do some towering up. There we go. Right, so now there's a hopper going down. You can see it just over there for comparison. I'm going to be using this for comparison. This is all the materials that you do actually need right here, minus that, because that is just the blocks that you're going to be putting in the hopper. So we need 4 lime concrete. Obviously, the concretes that I have here are all blocks that you're going to be putting your redstone on. So I've only got the concrete simply just for looks and to understand it better. But you can simply just change this out to whatever block you want. And the block of quartz is your floor. You can change that to however you want as well. But this you do need. You need 7 redstone repeaters, 2 redstone comparators, 3 hoppers, 15 redstone, 2 torches, a slab, because right here, you see this torch right here, it would actually activate the top hopper as well, which would be a bit of a pain because that means that none of the items would actually go through. And therefore we need a slab right here, which you can't actually see any difference when you look up from here. So if you are going to be using a different material as a floor that doesn't have a slab version, it may look a little bit weird just having a random slab here that doesn't look like your floor. But if you're fine with that, then cool. If you do have a slab version of the block that you're going to be using as a floor, such as quartz, then that's even better, I guess. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. But you do need this. You obviously do need the slab though. But anyway, we're gonna get started on placing the dropper now. Also, something that I do need to point out is it is quite annoying if you do hit like the clicking sound of droppers. Let's see if I can place it. Yeah, I'm gonna build this up. hate building the sky because it's just annoying, but oh well. So now we're going to get the hoppers out, and we are now going. So we'll get the two chests. That's something I did. I think I've mentioned that, the chests. So yeah, there's the two chests right there, and we're going to need a hopper going right into them here. So essentially, what we'll have right here then is we have the first hopper. We then have the hopper right here, which we're going to put the items in. Then we'll have a dropper, and this is what's going to be making the clicking sound off this delay. Essentially, that delay allows it to process the item that's just being sent, and then it puts all items in the chest, which I think I might have forgot to actually show you. Yeah, there's all items right there, so you can actually collect them afterwards if you really want to. After it's counted them. So now we're going to actually build the blue pathway. So the blue pathway is pretty simple. It's just come out from underneath here, put a block into there, break these two right here once we put blocks like here. A bit of a Z shape like what I've done right there. Build one more block up, break it, there you go. So I'm just going to do a little flyby to make sure that you know what you're doing. And then we want to have two repeaters going into this block here. Or on whatever delay you want. I'm going to put them all on Vortex, just like that. And then we need to use one of the redstone torches right now to power it. So that's what you need to do right there. So essentially, one of the torches, you might only see one torch over here, and it's this one right here. You do need two, simply just to power this. So you may only need one, because you do actually need to break it afterwards. So only get one torch, because we are making this part first. So only get one torch, because we don't need the other one. So now we're going to make the orange pathway. So we're going to come out 2 blocks, break one, put one down like that, put redstone on these two, and you need to angle yourself a little bit better to put a comparator, build one down, break that, and you want a repeater right there. Set on just 1 tick, because that's the perfect delay to actually make it so only one item comes out of the hopper. Put 2 blocks coming out here, another block, and then now we want to build out by 2. Let me just look over here to make sure I'm doing what I'm doing. Yep, I am. And just along here. So this is just all going to be redstone. It's just to kind of make it so we can get back over to there. And yes, I am doing this right. Once we're going to put the torch there just by placing the block up, and then we're going to put the redstone right there. It needs to be 1 down, by the way, because if you put a 1 up, you'll actually get activated by the torch, and we actually want to deactivate the torch. That's essentially what the orange pathway is doing. When there is 18 blocks in here, we can, well, actually right now we can put the blocks in, because that's what the torch does. Essentially, the torch makes it so it stops items going through from this hopper. But you can see if I put it, you need to put 18, and that's the highest that it'll actually go, because once you put 19, it'll actually dispense one, because this output right here gets too big, and then it'll go through and deactivate the torch, letting one item go through. Now with this clock, that's what they're called, with this clock, it'll then dispense the item that goes into the dropper and put it into the chest. So we have most of this actually done. In fact, we have pretty much all of it done already. Now all we need to really do is, I guess, make the floor, but we also need to make the output as well. But we're going to just make the floor right now, just because it's the kind of easy step. So here we go, we're going to make the floor. Is that too much? No, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to miss the 1 block out that we need to put a slab in. Insert one with the torch. And we need to put a slab. So I did already mention that, guys. That is a little bit annoying if you are going to be using a material that doesn't allow for a slab, because it might just look a little bit weird. But if we look at and compare, the one thing that we're missing is this green line right here, and it's very, very simple. It's just an output. But the thing is, though, because we have so many lines and it's very compact, we'll have to use 2 repeaters just to make it so it doesn't connect to these blocks right here. I want to make it so you're not really wasting a load of materials. So essentially, what this line right here is going to be doing is it's going to like kind of see if any items are going through this hopper, and if one single item goes through this hopper, it'll then put an output. So we're going to just do this line right here. Obviously, once again, I am using different colours of concrete, but you can change all them out to whatever block you want. You can change this out to whatever you want, and yeah, you don't need a sticky piston. I just use this as an example, just to like see what, just so you could like visually see the actual output every single time. And yeah, I used wood planks in this hopper. I'm going to show you now how to change it. So let's say if I want to, I don't know, do diamonds or something. So we'll just get rid of that inventory now. So if I want to do diamonds, all you need is I think 23. Let me just do some quick math. Yeah, I think it's 23. You need 22 for the actual hopper, but then to actually test it, you need another one. So I'm just going to put 18 in there. So that's it perfectly set up. And then we can throw in the one diamond. And it should output. There you go. And because we now have it set up for diamonds, the diamond goes through the chest. That's how you change it right there in the system, and that's how you take that thing out as well. So that's whatever you want with this. It's a pretty compact system. I'm not really the best at redstone, but I like doing some kind of intermediate redstone things, I guess, just to try to help you guys out on Bedrock edition, because most things don't work. And yeah, if you do want to also see a video on this door, which I'll show again in this video, that essentially is an 11 by 11 door. You can expand it as well to like 30 or something. If you do want to see a tutorial on how to build this, I will do that as well. But anyway guys, for now, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Alright, so I just went over how to build them over there. So I guess this video has 3 parts to it, like showing you what they are, then the tutorial for them, and now I'm showing you something that you can build with our system. You can see the system just right down here. I don't actually have the color-coded blocks like before. I just have probably what you will have, just all of the same block. And it's pretty simple to understand. And now I have a actual counter system. So I just got this off a YouTuber who does quite a lot of Bedrock tutorials, and it works perfectly. This counter. That's really what actually happens. Obviously you do need this little thing to actually activate it, but I don't think that's that much of a bad thing, just having this thing here. I think it actually looks kind of cool from above every single time it activates, because then you like have like a prompt that it works. So I think it's pretty cool. So how this would actually work, for example, is there will be a block or a couple blocks that essentially say, okay, guys, let's all collect this type of block, and I'll probably have 5 digits when I build this in survival world, but essentially everyone can put them amount of blocks in the chest. So I'm just going to test it out with just, I don't know, 3. I'm going to test out with just 3 blocks, and you should see the counter update just by 3 using this system. You've seen before that it outputs the signal 3 times when we used it over there, so it should do the exact same here. It should output 3 times. Oh yeah, I'm being stupid right now. It didn't actually go through the hopper, basically because let me remove the chest, because I haven't updated the hopper down below. So every single time you actually want to change the thing that you want to collect, you need to obviously change the hopper down below so that it accepts it. So we're going to make that 18, just like that. Now we're going to put our 3 in. I was being a little bit stupid there. But there you go. There's the 3. It should update once, and then it should update afterwards. There you go. And 6. There you go. So 1, 2, 6. So essentially someone can come down. And by the way, it works with big numbers as well. I tried, I think it was 500 and something. Like essentially like 6 stacks or 7 stacks of blocks, and it perfectly done it. So there's literally no issues with like this system at all. But essentially 1, 2, 6, that is how much of this block we essentially have. Now it isn't, because if we look down the chest down here, you can see a lot of it has just been dirt off me testing and stuff. But if we wanted to do that, we would have to reset each of these. Now I won't actually have buttons here when I actually make it, because then that will kind of entice people to actually click it. But when we reset this one, it takes this one over, so then we'll have to reset this one. So we have to go from right to left, and they'll probably tick over this one. That's just how you know if the system's working. If it ticks it over, there you go. So we've got 200, but obviously we're just resetting it. So then that'll go back to 0 as well. It's a pretty cool system. I like making this. It was a bit of annoyance because I was trying to use structure blocks back here to copy it over, and I kind of destroyed one of them. But now I've actually got it right, so I had to build it all again, one of them. But it was alright. There's something we need to fix with the system over here, and that is that we need to get an anvil. So you need to actually spend quite a lot of iron in order to get an anvil in order to do this as well. So I know there's quite a lot of hoppers in that build over there. But also you will need an anvil in order to rename a bit of paper, or any item in fact. It has to be stackable. Where are they? I mean, I don't even know if it needs to be stackable, but it would make more sense, I think. So we're just going to name it Pap, because no other item in the game that is paper is named Pap, essentially. So even if you put paper into the system, that won't... That'll essentially still go through, totally fine, but this item right here is going to be used instead of the other blocks. So if we go here, remember before how I put 4 in them as whatever block we're using? We're not doing that no more. We are now going to be putting the paper in here. Essentially what this does is it allows for more blocks to go through, which is a good idea. Still, there is a cap of 9 stacks though, because the dropper only allows 9 stacks. Any more than that, it would kind of overclog, I think. And then we want to get this block right here. So we're going to take the ones that were out from here, and we're going to put, once again, we're going to put 18 in. So we're going to just get 18. Just like that. And what will happen is when we put another one in, just like always, it should update the system. And it should update in 9. There you go, 59. So, and it should output to here. Alright. So that does work now, and essentially what this allows us to do is it makes it so it doesn't go over. Because these ones right here, these 4 blocks in this hopper, or 4 slots in the hopper, used to be the block itself. Which wasn't good, because as soon as this one got to like a stack, it would tick over to this one, and we don't want these ones to be more than just one item in, because these are meant to make it so no other item comes into the hopper. And if there's more than one, then if there's more than one in the stack, then it will kind of treat that as it needing to like erase it a little bit more. So it's not really that good, because then there'll be more in just that one slot essentially, and it'll tell the comparator that there's actually more in that one slot, and it'll just totally bug it out, and it's just not good. So make sure you do this step as well. I did forget to mention that. So if you don't be mad at us in the comments, I did forget to tell you about that, because that'll just make the whole system work way better. Because if you don't want to do this step, you can only put in 40 blocks at a time. That's the most you can put in, otherwise it'll tick over to the next one, and you don't want to be limited to 40 blocks. I'm pretty sure now we aren't actually limited at all. I think we're only limited to how big the actual chest is. Alright, so yeah, keep it under 9 stacks. Very odd. It's hard to explain, but I think it's because the dropper needs the output of this. So if this is a stack, because this will obviously maximize, you see, because if there's more things up here, this will get to a stack. If this does get to a stack, and there's still more coming through, and the dropper's full, right there, if the dropper's full, then it will never actually get to the point where this is off. and when this is off, it actually starts allowing, it obviously turns this off and it starts allowing the actual impulse out here go through. So I think that's why. So only allow 9 stacks. I had a little time right there where I thought you could put more, but 9 stacks seems to be the most. And honestly, if you're going to be making a massive display like this, you're probably going to be using quite a lot of a very common block. But 9 stacks of it at once, probably very likely, but still keep an eye on it. You know, make sure it doesn't go over 9 stacks, otherwise you'll probably have to just take some items out of this hopper right here, or the hopper above, or the chest, and it should automatically fix. It has nothing to do with the actual counter, which is perfect. Nothing to do with the counter, it's just sometimes this counter might bug out, and I think the only way to really fix it is with these right here. Essentially how this works is it uses uses furnaces with blocks in it, and the comparators detect when there's blocks in them. And it outputs different ones, so it has like different patterns, and obviously the comparators detect which ones are full, and they'll output the different light strips depending on which ones are full. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I really don't want to wait all this time just to like actually show the product, but I guess I will, just to kind of show you guys that yes, it does work. So we're on 93 now. Let's see if I actually have 93 in here. I might have took that out. No, it seems like we're all on 93, around about that. So let's see if this actually works. So yeah. Alright, so that is 578. Let's see if we actually have that much in the chest. So we have 9 stacks and 2. Where'd that 2 come from? Probably because we already put 2 in either the dropper or the hopper before. But 578, let's get our little calculators out, and let's see. So 64, add 64, add 64, add 64, actually you know what? Way easier, but just do 64 times 9, add 2, and that is 578. It works perfectly with, I'm going to turn my hand back on, it works perfectly with huge numbers. It's just, that's probably the maximum you can actually do, to be honest. You know, 9 stacks at once, that's all I would put it to, because probably more than that will bug out the system. What you could possibly do is you could rename another bit of paper and just fill the bottom 2 rows with paper, and tell all your friends that if it's still running, don't use it. If the system's still running, don't use it. If it's got like blocks all over here or whatever, I don't know. Do something like that. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this, guys. It'll be a pretty long video to edit right now, but yeah, this is a really cool idea. I like it. You can probably find one of these on how to build them pretty easily for Bedrock. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Bye for now.